Yo, what's up everybody, it's the Miho within. This time with the Ghostrick deck profile. So I'll be doing the deck profile first, and then afterwards I'll be doing like a tips and tricks segment where it's like explaining what the deck is capable of, plays that you should be going for. So let's get into it. So we got 3 Ghostrick Marys. Usually what gets your deck going. When you take damage in any way, discard her, you get to special summon 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck face down. Yangshi and Doll are usually your main targets that you go for with her. Then my favorite one, Ghostrick Lantern. So what he does is that when you get attacked directly, or if a Ghostrick monster gets attacked, you can special summon him face down defense position, and then if you do, you negate that attack. So yeah, incredibly good, especially when you go Angel of Mischief. Usually you want to have him in hand, because you can go for some really good defenses. You negate an attack and then Ghostrick Scare. That's like another way to interrupt your opponent's turn. So 3 Lanterns, 2 Spectres. So what he does is when a Ghostrick monster is either destroyed by a card effect or by battle, you can special summon him face down defense position and then you draw a card. So he replaces himself for free. So yeah, pretty good. Puts another Ghostrick on the field to go for a rank next turn, and then also he's level 1 to go for the rank 1. And then 1 Jack Frost. I like him at 1. He has the situations where he does really work and then he can interrupt your opponent. But then again, the negatives of him is that he doesn't work against link monsters, because you can't put link monsters face down. Because the way he works is if you get attacked directly, special summon him face down, you turn the monster that attacked face down also. So yeah, I think he's a good one-of to use. And then next we got 3 Ghostrick Dolls. She used to be the MVP back without Link Monsters, but now with Link Monsters, a lot of people think, well, yeah, it is tougher for this deck to function with Link Monsters, because they can't be put face down. But still, I think she's still worth using at 3. You get a lot of, just the fact that she sets up the lock the easiest. You get to special summon the monster that does the lock, and then also sets it up so your opponent's monsters are face down. And I'll go more into it at the end of the deck profile. So 3 Dolls. Then 1 Neko Musume, she's the one that lets you go for the lock. So what she does is, if you control another face-up Ghostrick monster, if your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster that's level 4 or higher, they immediately get turned face down. So that's what she does. Then we got 3 Yangshis. So Yangshi's incredibly good. What he does is when he gets flipped face up, you get to add 1 Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand, level equal to or lower than the number of Ghostrick monsters you control, face up. So yeah, usually the main target you go for with Mary, special summon him during your turn, flip him face up, get his effect, use his effect again, put him face down, and then during your opponent's turn, they have to deal with him again. So most likely he'll get flipped face up, and that's when you get 2 uses, so you get a lot of mileage with him. So he's a really good card. 1800 defense also. He's the only level 3 we use, so that's how you go into Alucard. There's another way to go into Alucard too, that I'll go into once we get to the traps. And that's it for the Ghostrick monsters. And we only use 1 non-Ghostrick monster, and that's Kinkabayo. So level 1 spirit monster, what he does is when he's normal summoned, special summon 1 level 1 from your graveyard. And yeah, you can go into instant rank 1. Also keep in mind, he's pretty good that if you already have a level 1 on field, the one that you special summon from graveyard, use those 2 for an XYZ, and then during the end phase, he'll go back to hand. That way you can keep on using him. During your next turn, you get to use him again. So pretty good way to use Kinkabayo. Alright, now that's it for the monsters. Now going into the spells and traps. So the field spells, the ratio that I ended up going with is 1 Ghostrick Mansion and then 2 Ghostrick Parades. So the way the field spells work in this deck is that if monsters are face down defense position, both players cannot target them for attacks. And then if every single monster is face down, then when the other player attacks, it has to be a direct attack. And then what Mansion does is that all battle damage is cut in half, except for Ghostrick monsters. They do the full damage. And then what Ghostrick Parade does is that when you get targeted for a direct attack, you get to search one Ghostrick card from your deck and add it to your hand. Ghostrick card, so it can be monster, spell, or trap. But the last part of Parade is that all battle damage your opponent takes is 0. All your opponent takes no damage at all. I mean, that's what the card states. So I like using 2 because I'm okay seeing multiples of this going early, because this just keeps on getting you searches. So like Parade can search out Mansion even. So yeah, I like how it gets all those searches, and then you usually replace it with Parade. Worst case scenario, you get double Parade. You can just put it on top, so that you can actually damage your opponent. But yeah, I see no problem having multiple Parades. The one field spell I'm not using is Museum. I tested this card, but I didn't like it because what Museum does is if your opponent's all monsters that attack, after they attack, they go face down defense position. But I feel like it's incredibly easy to play around since Link monsters, they don't get put face down, so your opponent basically just goes into the mindset that I'm just going to focus on Link summoning, only attacking with my Link monsters. So I feel like you don't really get much out of Museum. When I did test it, I was going 1-1-1, like one of each, but I like Parade the most because it gets you so much advantage. So yeah, that's the field spells. Then we got one Raigeki with field wipe. Then for drawing, we have 3 Allure Darkness. And that's it for the spell cards. Sorry for the cut. Okay, so now to go into the traps. It's a pretty trap heavy lineup. So let's go into it. So 3 Needle Ceilings. So Needle Ceiling. Focus a little bit. So Needle Ceiling is if there are 4 more monsters on the field, destroy all face-up monsters on the field. So incredibly good in this deck because Ghostrick monsters are really good at going face down. So usually, it's almost every single time it's going to be all just your opponent's monsters. So card is chainable too, so that makes it even better. So yeah, 3 Needle Ceilings. And up next we got 3 Drowning Mirror Force. So this card activates when your opponent declares a direct attack. You send them all back into the deck. So what I like using 3 and 3 of each. So these 2 cards are your main outs usually for Link monsters. For the ones that you can't put face down, this is usually what you look forward to drawing to deal with those cards. Yeah, incredibly powerful. They just using multiples of them, it's really good. So 2 Lost Winds. Sometimes not even. So your XYZ Dualahan can cut your opponent's monster's attack by half. Lost Wind can do it again, so makes it even easier if you have to run over them. Also, you get recursion out of it. So with a lot of traps, usually if they use a spell and trap destruction, you still get mileage out of it because it comes back from the graveyard. And also, since you're playing Ghostricks, the duels usually go on for longer than usual because you stall a lot, but you get a lot of control. Lost Wind's really good since it comes back. I just like how it works in this deck. Alright, so now for the Ghostrick trap cards. So first one, let's go over Ghostrick Renovation. This is the newest one that Ghostrick got. So what this card does is you target one face-up Ghostrick field spell that you control. Send it back to your hand, and then target one Ghostrick field spell on the field, then return it to your hand. Then you can activate one field spell from either your deck or hand. So if you have Parade, you activate this card, then you can activate Mansion straight from your deck. So yeah, there's one way to work around the Parade, and then that's not the only effect. So when this card is in graveyard, you can actually banish it, and then you can special summon one Ghostrick XYZ using a Ghostrick XYZ. So you overlay another XYZ on top of that XYZ. So I'll go more into it because that effect is really cool, because you can even use that during your opponent's turn. So 3 Renovation, Then one Ghostrick break. Yeah, like just being able to search for it is pretty good. It's when Ghostrick monster gets destroyed, exactly one Ghostrick monster, you get the special summon 2 from the graveyard. Then one Ghostrick Knight. It's very good. It's very important to use this card. It's for the Neko Musume lock that I'll go over afterwards. And then last trap card is 3 Ghostrick Scare. So this is the one that flip over your face down defense position monsters, then flip down. Then for every Ghostrick monster that you revealed, you get to flip face down that same amount to your opponent's side. So yeah, it's the easiest way to put everything face down, and then start working towards that lockdown. All right, and that's it for the deck. Only Ghostrick card, one of the Ghostrick cards that I ended up not using, that a lot of people, that I do see that some people do like using, is Ghostrick Vanish. From my testing, I never really felt the need to search for this card or even use it. I don't like drawing it early. It feels really dead drawing it early, so that's why I ended up not using it. But yeah, alright, so now to go into the extra deck. So first let's go into the Ghostrick XYZ. So we got 3 Dillahan. What he does is you can detach 1 material, target 1 monster, cut its attack in half. Also, when he's sent to graveyard, you get to add 1 Ghostrick card from your graveyard to your hand. 1 So Cute Boss. You really don't go into her all that often, but it's pretty good to have that option to go into her. 3 Ghostrick Alucards. Destroy one set card on the field. You have to remember though that this effect is once per turn, because with renovation, you can do some interesting stuff, but just keep in mind, Alucard can only activate once. But he also has the graveyard effect, so if he's sent to graveyard, you get to add one Ghostrick card from graveyard to your hand. And 3 Angel of Mischief. You get to add 1 Ghostrick spell or trap card from your deck to your hand if you detach your material. The coolest thing about her is to special summon her, you can just overlay her on top of another Ghostrick XYZ. So she's incredibly easy to summon. 2000 attack, 2500 defense. So overall, great card. Then we have 1 Sky Cavalry Centuria for other ways to getting around your opponent's monsters without other than destruction. And now for our links. For our link 2s, we use 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Akashic Magician, and 1 Nightmare Cerberus. That's for another way to deal with opponent's monsters, especially link monsters. We have a way for destruction with Cerberus, and then Underclock can decrease your opponent's monsters even more. It's like I was saying before, Ghostrick monsters don't really have that high of an attack. And then last link monster is 1 Decode Talker. For if you go into Cerberus and he's your only link monster, you have nothing pointing down. You just use that in another monster and just go for Decode Talker. That way you have extra monster zones to work with. Alright, and that's it for the deck. So now let's go into things that you should know when playing this deck. So let's go over the lock. So the lock is you need to have Neko Musume face up, along with any other Ghostrick monster, so let's just go Angel. After you set your opponent's monsters face down. So Ghostrick Knight makes it so that your opponent can't flip summon any other monsters. So Neko Musume is going to flip face down everything that your opponent all normal summons and special summons level 4 or higher. So this is the lock right here. What I was saying also is that Ghostrick Doll, she can flip everything face down during your opponent's turn, or at the end of your opponent's turn, everything will get flipped face down. So what you can do is that doll will activate, put everything face down, even if they kill her, it doesn't matter. So everything will go face down. Your goal right here for making a good lock is that summon Dullahan some way. So just with doll you'll get one special summon, so it'll be, you can special summon a level 1. That way you can go into Dullahan, and special summon Mischief on top of that, and then Mischief gets to add Ghostrick Knight to your hand. So then you get to set it, and then during your opponent's turn, they draw, standby phase, activate Ghostrick Knight. They won't be able to flip those guys over. So that's an easy way to go for a semi-lock. It's not a complete lock, but still, it's a pretty common one that happens. And okay, and let's go over Renovation, because like what I was saying, Renovation has some pretty cool things that you can do with it. So Renovation has that graveyard effect that you banish it, target a Ghostrick XYZ, and then you get to replace it with another Ghostrick XYZ. So let me find Dullahan. Alright, so one important thing that you should know is both Angel and Dullahan, both of them are not once per turn. So they can activate their effects multiple times, the same effect, multiple times per turn. So I'll give you an example. So Ghostrick Renovation in Graveyard, Dullahan is on the field. Uses effect, cut one of their monsters in half. Special summon Angel, use effective Angel, detach Dullahan, get one search, spell or trap card, then Dullahan in Graveyard will activate, add one Ghostrick card from your graveyard to your hand, doesn't matter what. So we got double search, we got 2 cards to hand, and then what you can do is another Dullahan, another Angel. Okay, so activate Renovation, banish it, target Mischief. On top of Mischief, we're going to go Dullahan again. Then Dullahan can activate again, detach the Angel, cut another monster's attack in half. Then special summon Angel of Mischief on top of it. Activate Angel of Mischief again, detach Dullahan. Add another spell or trap card to hand. Dullahan activates, add another Ghostrick card from your deck to your hand. So if you saw that, that's pretty crazy. By doing this 2-card, it's like a 2-card combo. All you got to do is get the XYZ and have Renovation in Graveyard, and with that, just added like 4 cards to hand with this combo, on top of being able to cut your opponent's attack in half. So yeah, pretty crazy. It's a pretty good combo. So what's the last thing? Oh yeah, that you can also activate Renovation during opponent's turn. So if they try attacking Angel, you banish it, you get a Dullahan on field, and then you can cut it in half. So things to keep in mind. So yeah, guys, give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've had some pretty good success with this deck, and I think it's really fun. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.